Productivity. Productivity. That is what I want us to think about and talk about on this week's episode of Minutes with MinistaMike. Productivity. When you hear the word productivity, what do you think about? What comes to your mind? And these are what I want you to think about. Productivity. Efficiency. When you hear the word productivity, it's demanded of you that you be efficient, that you do things that you ought to do at the right time and in the right way. Efficiency, productivity. So, as you go about your daily activities this week, you've set a goal, all right? You already wrote it down. Maybe yesterday, 2 days ago, you said, this is what I want to do on Monday. This is what I want to do on Tuesday. Now the question is, how can you be productive doing those things? How can you remain productive when you've started doing those things so that you'll be able to see them through? How efficiently can you perform your task? How effectively can you do what you've set your mind to do? So when you hear the word productivity, I want you to hear the word efficiency, because productivity determines your output, what you are able to produce. That's where we get the word productivity from. Produce, product. Your product, the activities that will give you the output. That is a product. Do you understand? A product is the output of an idea. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I'm just playing around with words here. So it's important for you to know that your productivity will be measured by your output. So as you will end today, when you end this week, what will your output look like? What you say you want to do, have you been able to do it? You measure it. You cannot say you are a productive person when your life is not measurable, when you are not measuring your input, your output, when you are not measuring the product or the activities around creating a product, when you are not measuring them, how can you say you are efficient? How can you say you are productive? How can you say you have a very good output when we look at it, we did not see anything that you put out? Do you understand me? So it's important for you to think about efficiency and output when you hear the word productivity. Another word that I want you to think about when you hear the word productivity is your work rate. The rate at which you work. Yes, we will talk about the quality of work some other time, but I'm talking about the rate at which you work. What systems are around you that makes your work rate effective? What systems have you built around you that is aiding you to have an excellent work rate? So when you hear the word productivity, I want you to think about work rate, the rate at which you work. Work is there. So you cannot say you are a productive person when you are not doing anything, because it is measuring your work rate. So work is there. Hard work is not a problem. Purposeless work might be the problem. So it's important for you to set your mind at ease that, see, if I want to say that I'm a productive person, I must work, because productivity will measure my output. Productivity will measure my work rate, and you cannot have an output without an input. Until you put something inside, you don't expect a result to come out. Do you understand me? So when you hear productivity, you need to think work rate. So when you are saying, I just want a soft life, I just want an easy life, I get it. Everybody wants a soft life. Everybody wants an easy life. But the people that eventually experience the soft life and the easy life have already put in work before it becomes easy. Do you understand me? So when you hear the word productivity, hear efficiency, hear work rate, and also hear output. So, and it infuses in you to think about capacity. You cannot be a productive person if your capacity is minimal. So I will charge you as you go out this week, increase your capacity. Increase your capacity to produce more. You cannot have a large yield of harvest when what you are planting is minimal. When you want to planting is minimal, I think it's a wild thinking for you to start be hoping and praying. In Yoruba we call it Isheki Keri Owunla. That mindset will cause you to have your heart broken, because there is a commensurate work rate that must determine the type of harvest or output that you are expecting. You cannot plant just 1 cup of maize or corn, for example, and be expecting an acre yield. It doesn't make any sense. That's being a thief to me. It doesn't make any sense. So if you want to have an acre yield of maize, you have to calculate what capacity do you have to produce that sort of harvest. What are the number of seeds that you have to plant for you to have that type of harvest? So when you hear productivity, think capacity, think yield. It's harvest. All right, productivity is about harvest. If you have a very good harvest, then we say you have a productive life. If you don't have a very good harvest, then no, you don't have a productive life. So when you are hearing productivity, I want you to be thinking in those words, thinking in let it be like a pictorial thing to you. Yield, capacity, efficiency, work rate, output, productivity. In the subject of ecology, there is also the word productivity, and it connotes fruitfulness. How will you be fruitful this week? I pray you are fruitful, but it's not by prayer, all right? How will you be fruitful? You cannot be fruitful if you are not seedful. Have you planted a seed that you expect an harvest of fruit from? And some of you are planting a bush tree, not a fruit tree. You have to check the quality of your seed. For you to be fruitful, you have to check the quality of your seed. Because in ecology, productivity also means fertility. Is your land, is your life fertile enough for the type of productivity that you are aiming for your goals to be achieved in abundance, for you to be able to get what you are aiming for? I want to ask you again, is your life fertile enough for that level of fruitfulness that you are aiming for that level of richness that you are aiming for? I want to ask you again, is your life fertile? Whatever seed of words that I'm planting into your life, will it yield the harvest of productivity? Whatever seeds of ideas that you are getting in your mind right now as you're watching this week, will it yield richness? Will it be fruitful? Because that is another word for productivity. So I want you to go out and have a productive week. Go out and have a productive day. Go out and have a productive year. And finally, go out and have a productive life. Thank you, and we will talk again next week. Bye for now.